The Securities and Exchange Commission of Zimbabwe conducted a prudential anti-money laundering and counter-financing of terrorism compliance training workshop with capital market institutions in Bulawayo. Norman Maferefa, Director of Operations at Securities and Exchange Commission of Zimbabwe, explained the role and mandate of seczim. He said the Commission oversees the operations and the regulation of capital market and the related institutions such as investment firms and money market.
Commission of Zimbabwe is a capital market regulator which oversees the operations and regulations of capital market institutions. These are institutions that offer capital market services such as your trading of shares, investments in various assets such as shares, such as money market. Now we've got and other products that are traded in the capital markets. The commission was set up in 2008, but it was operationalized in 2009, mainly to regulate the capital.
Ngonizaishe Maka, Principal Officer for Asset Management Supervision at Securities and Exchange Commission of Zimbabwe, highlighted issues of market conduct during the training. He pointed out major deficiencies uncovered through inspection and investigation, particularly regarding market settlement in alternative assets and instances of price fixing.
We had a conference, a workshop rather, where we had market players, and we specifically touched on issues to do with market conduct. Market conduct in the broader sense of capital markets relates to how securities market intermediaries in their operations conduct themselves. And it's in two forms. The first one rather would be the inter-firm market conduct, how securities market intermediaries in their dealings with each other conduct themselves. And I was also highlighting on the major deficiencies that we have actually discovered through our inspections and investigation processes in terms of market conduct, particularly in inter-firm market conduct issues have been to do with non-settlement of trades, specifically relating to alternative assets. It has also been to do with the issue of price fixing. Then I was also looking at customer market conduct. Customer market conduct entails how these securities market intermediaries deal with customers, and I was looking at the prevalent deficiencies that we have observed through various inspection programs as well as investigations. We've actually discovered that most securities market intermediaries are not disclosing fully to clients their investment products as well as the risks associated with those products. There's also the issue of prices, unfair pricing, the issue of mis-selling, and the issue of inadequate communication. These are some of the issues that we highlighted in the market conduct presentation.
Mark Temba, Head of Financial Crime at CPZ Holdings and one of the participants, emphasized the importance of tackling money laundering. He discussed the risk of institutions being used to process illicit funds and stressed the role of compliance in preventing such activities.
We are here to learn about money laundering, which is an issue to do with cleaning of dirty money and how as financial institutions we can play a part in terms of prevention of money laundering and to ensure that also our institutions are not used as a conduits to move dirty money from other illegal activities. So I think this is an opportunity for us to learn as we are preparing and also interacting with the regulator, as we are preparing for the mutual evaluation that is coming next year, which requires us to understand our obligations and ensure that as financial institutions we play our part in terms of prevention of money laundering, terrorist financing, and the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. So this is an opportunity. We get an opportunity to interact with other members. We also go back to our institutions. We take the same information that we are learning here. We also train our members as part of our obligation to ensure that they are also capacitated in terms of understanding their role, especially when we are looking at the preventative measures to money laundering and the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. So we are looking at improving in areas to do with customer due diligence, KYC, record keeping, and the reporting of suspicious transactions, which forms either the basis of our preventative measures to money laundering and terrorist financing.
Darling 21, Acting Deputy Director for Licensing and Anti-Money Laundering Supervision, underscored Securities and Exchange Commission's role in maintaining market integrity by preventing criminals from using capital markets to finance terrorism. He also mentioned that a mutual evaluation is expected between mid-2026 and early 2027 as part of ongoing efforts to improve regulatory systems and address emerging threats.
In terms of capital markets in Zimbabwe, the Securities and Exchange Commission of Zimbabwe is a designated competent supervisory authority to supervise our entities under our purview for the AML supervision. So what is the importance of AML supervision? So AML is there to make sure that we keep our markets the integrity of our capital markets. So we make sure that no criminals will use our markets to raise their funds, no criminals use our market to finance their terrorism activities. So coming to this session of the training, we are focusing on the challenges that can be faced by our capital markets as compared to their banking counterparts. So we have seen that our market is a bit dynamic, and I've got some challenges to do with the controls, to do with the changes in the transaction that happens. So we're trying to come up with solutions that can be used by our markets, which include to have maybe same transaction monitoring system across the market, to have peer reviews as we go, to have continuous trainings even of the employees and executive in these institutions, so that we have a one understanding in terms of this issue. So AML goes far as a country mutual evaluation, where a country is being assessed by its peer African regulators. So our mutual evaluation is coming in mid-2026 up to beginning of 2027. So we are also capacitating our institutions, because this assessment will also cover us as the market, and they'll also be asked questions around what we do and our compliance level in terms of AML CFT in the country.
Reporting for GPC News, Dennis Ndlovu.